Hey guys, and welcome back. So, a little public service announcement before I talk about what I'm going to talk about. The Pouring Out Poetry Contest is still going on, so you still have time to enter. Cash prize, first place will be $100 through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Second place winner will receive a $50 cash reward, and the third place winner will receive $25 cash prize. So check out my latest two videos, Pouring Out Poetry and Winning Cash for Poetry Contest. In order to win, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel to be eligible for the contest, and then write a poem, short story, whatever, about the picture that's in the Pouring Out Poetry contest video. All right? So, like I said, for more information on that, go to check out my latest two videos to enter to win, and good luck to you all. All right? So, what I want to talk about is the secret to writing, an award-winning essay. Now, before I go into that, I want to answer the question, why wouldn't you want to write an award-winning essay? First and foremost, if you want to be discovered by, say, you may be searching for a job to write for magazine, to write magazine articles. You might be looking for a job, or just a little part-time gig to write. That is why you want to know how to write an award-winning essay. Because if you can write an award-winning essay, then that's like 75% of the battle already won, when you know how to write something that's award-winning. Another reason is that a lot of people, if you search on Google, a lot of companies will pay you to write for them. Okay? A lot of companies will pay you to write ads. They'll pay you to write articles. They'll pay you to write jingles. They'll pay you to write just about anything online. Okay? They'll pay you for that. So that's another reason why you want to learn or know how to write award-winning stuff. 75% is you knowing how to write it. The other 25% is getting it out there so somebody can see what you got and to see what you're working with. Okay? Now, on that note, beware of scammers, because they are out there. There are scammers that prey on people, that, you know, you may go to what you think is a legitimate website for submitting your whatever you're going to submit, whether it be an essay, whether it be short story, poem, whatever. You think you're clicking on a legit website, but without reading the fine print, you know, you might end up selling your article or selling whatever you submitted to them for little of nothing, right? You may have written a $10 million screenwrite, story idea, but because they scammed you, they didn't tell you in the fine print that submitting your material may result in us owning rights to that. Okay, I ran across one. Luckily, I read the fine print. I read it in between the lines to see what they were doing, and of course, that's what they were doing. They were scamming. So, and there are legit companies, legit magazine companies that will definitely pay you, and you will keep your rights to the material that you submitted. Others will steal your material and use it for their own gain. So just beware of that. All right. So now we got that out the way. The secret to writing an award-winning essay is to first choose a subject that you're passionate about. Okay. Choose something that you have an interest in, because if it doesn't interest you, it won't interest your readers. It won't interest your audience. If you're writing a book, and if you're writing a book on something that doesn't interest you, then there is no way that their book will actually go any further than where you want it to go. Or it won't go any further than where it is at that point, because it wasn't convincing enough, because you wasn't interested in it, okay? Because when you're passionate about what you're writing, your readers will be passionate about what you're reading, because they will actually feel you in your writing. So make sure you're passionate about what you're doing, what you're writing about. Make sure you're passionate. Make sure you are choosing a subject that's not too broad. But then make sure you're not choosing a subject that's too narrow. If you're not careful, it can actually take you away from your subject point. Okay, so make sure that when you're choosing it, choose carefully. Okay, you might say, how do I know if a subject is too broad? How do I know if a subject is too narrow? Usually, when you start researching, and that's actually my next tip is research. But when you start researching and you start kind of digging in and getting details, and you find that it's taking you further than, or it's taking you away from your point, it's taking you away from the focal point of your writing, it might be too broad. Now, that's not altogether a bad thing, because sometimes that's what your audience need. Okay, your audience may need that extra. Okay, your audience may is something that they can grab hold to. So that's not altogether a bad thing. But if you are just really want to focus in on just that one subject, then, and that's all you want to do, then make sure that you are just focusing on that one subject. Hopefully that makes sense. But speaking about research, the one thing you do not want to do is under research. And I know that's probably not a word, but you do not want to shortchange yourself in the research arena. Okay, you do not want to shortchange yourself, because that's the worst thing you can do is to write a paper that's either misleading, that's either misleading, or it's not altogether whole, because there wasn't enough research done. Because you'll lose more readers like that. I read a book. Well, I started reading a book about something. Not gonna go there. But as I was reading the book, I could tell that the person wasn't, I don't know if they didn't do research, because some of the stuff was there, but then some of the stuff was like a made up facade kind of approach, and it lost me. It lost me because I didn't see research. I saw little research, but then that research, it was just a mess. Okay, and I was confused, and I wasn't the only one, because there were other readers that read the book and was like, I can't read anymore because it's not together. Okay, that's one thing you do not want your readers to say, is that your essay, your book, your whatever is not together. Okay, so do your research. Take the time, do your research. Use everything you can use, right? Make sure that when you're done writing it and they're done reading it, they are so informed that they feel like they can teach a class about what you've just written, because your research was that informed, okay, informative and detailed. The secret to writing a great essay, tip number 3, detail. Make sure you have plenty of detail, okay? Because if you don't, and that's one thing that book did not have that I read, it did not have supporting details. And An essay is not an essay. A book is not a book. Nothing is nothing without details. Okay? You gotta have the opening paragraph, you gotta have the conclusion, and in the middle you have the body. In the body is where you want to have your details. In the body is where you want to have your point. You want to, in your body, that's where you want to drive everything home. And you can only do that if you have detail. And the only way you can get detail is if you go back to number 2, tip number 2, research. Okay? You have to research. If you don't research, you won't have detail. If you don't have detail, you really don't have a body. Tip number 4, do not rush your work. Okay? Now, I know that a lot of times, especially in school, you have to finish an essay or you have to finish an assignment, before, such and such date. Okay? But even if you have an essay that was assigned today and is due tomorrow, okay? Give your mind time to gather the information that you want, okay? Give your mind time enough to say, okay, what do I want my audience to know? What do I want my readers to know? Jot down notes if you have to. Go on Google, write down some things, and just do your research in details, okay? But do not rush. Don't be in a hurry to say, well, the assignment was due today, so I gotta have it done by tomorrow, so I gotta just hurry up and get something done. Don't do that. Because in rushing, you're gonna miss something. You're gonna miss the very thing that your teacher or your professor is looking for, right? Even if you're writing an essay for work, even if it's a job-related assignment that you have to do, don't rush it, because you may very well leave out the very detail that will make your material fly. Okay? A lot of people have missed out on promotions on their job. Some students have missed out on the perfect grade, and a lot of people have missed out on a lot of things because they rushed their assignment. Do not rush. Take your time. I know that assignment is due tomorrow, but what good is it going to do to rush it and get through with it just so you have something to turn in when it's no good and you get a bad grade anyway, or you don't get the promotion anyway, right? So make sure that you take your time, gather your thoughts, jot down notes, take your time, get quotes. What is this? Think about what the subject is saying, right? And then just, okay, tip number 5. I was gonna stop at 4, but I'm gonna say tip number 5, go with the flow, okay? Your mind is an awesome thing, okay? It is a powerful force, all right? So whenever your mind starts going and it starts generating those thoughts and those ideas, do not stop it. Once you get into it, your mind is like a locomotive. I mean, it's like, it's going, and there's no stopping it. So don't try to, all right? Go with the flow. If you're writing something and your mind is like, I want to learn more about this, do some more research. Don't just cut it off like, okay, this is all I'm gonna do because this is all that my teacher asked for, or this is all that my boss asked for. Sometimes they will do that. I put it like this: I would rather, if they ask me to write 300 words, I would rather write 500 words and have an excellent award-winning essay than to stop at 300 and get most improved or barely get honorable mention, because I didn't take that time to put my details in. I did take my time to do my research. I did take my time, and I stopped my flow from happening. Okay. Now some teachers are picky. I'm about to wrap this up, but some teachers are picky. Some professors are picky. You know, when they say 300 words, they want you right at 300 words on the button. That's fine. Okay. Then if they ask for 300, give them the best 300 words you got. All right. And even if they have to choose the topic for you, if they give you a topic to write about, and it really doesn't interest you, find something in that topic to interest you. It might not be your favorite subject. It might not be your most welcoming subject to write about, right? It might be your most uncomfortable subject to write about, but find something in that and use if it's uncomfortable to you, use that as a fuel, right, to light that fire. Use your feelings. If you're uncomfortable, then use that as your motivator. If it's something that provokes fear, use that fear. Okay? Use that fear in a positive way. Use being uncomfortable in a positive way to get that essay written. Because I guarantee you, the main thing you want to do, okay, is to let your readers know what you are feeling. Okay, you want your readers to feel what you feel. You want them to see what you see. Okay, every essay is not going to be a positive essay. You have some essays that will be, you have some essays that are only a matter of opinion. You have some essays that, that may show the negative side instead of the positive side. Might not be a positive side to you. May be a negative side to you. Because we all have opinions. Use your feelings. Use your emotions. Let those emotions flow. Let those feelings flow. Okay? Because when they do, you will have an award-winning essay. Remember, tip number 1, choose a subject that interests you. If you don't have a subject, if they choose a subject for you to write about, then go with the flow. Use your emotions. Use your feelings. Don't worry about what they think. Okay, even though it may mean a promotion. If they, these are your words. These are your feelings. Don't contradict yourself. Don't be a hypocrite to yourself. Write what you feel. Okay, that's the only way you will get that total satisfaction as a writer. It's when you write what you feel, not what people think that you should write. Okay. Tip number 2, do your research. Tip number 3, use your gather details. Tip number 4, I actually forgot what tip number 4 was, and I forgot what tip number 5 was. But this is all winged, so hey, but replay the video if you have to get tip number 4 and tip number 5. But I hope that I said something to help you, and that's all I'm here to do, is to help you. I'm not trying to, reinvent the wheel or nothing like that. Just trying to help you write that award-winning essay. All right. So that's all I have. Y'all take care. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the post notification bell so you'll know the next time I do my post. And remember to go to the Pouring Out Poetry video for your chance to win either $100, $50, or $25 in the Pouring Out Poetry writing contest. So until next time, I will see y'all later.